Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thank you guys for showing all the love and support on the recent videos. I saw a lot of comments. A lot of you guys are subscribing and liking the videos. Thanks, because that really tells me like what you guys want to see, and it tells me to keep doing this. I didn't really know if this was like you know a lot of people would want to watch these kinds of videos, but judging from your reaction, I think a lot of people do enjoy watching POV drives and stuff. I think a lot of you guys like me talking over the drive, because a lot of the videos with me talking is performing better than the videos without me talking. So I'm gonna just keep that going. Some of the comments I've been seeing is people asking about my steering wheel, and I think it happened because of using the heated steering wheel, because it's May right now, and all of winter I've been using all the heating things, like blasting the heat, putting the heated seats, putting the heated steering wheel. It gets really cold in the winter in Toronto, so I don't know, it's just a feature I always used in gas cars, so still gonna use it in this car. And I think I usually have my hand gripped right here. This is like one of my favorite driving positions, and I think it eventually started to wear out this material. I don't really know what material this is, but compared to like other cars, this is not like some kind of leather steering wheel. It feels, I wouldn't say cheap, but it doesn't feel as premium as some other cars, like real leather cars. So yeah, but like I'm not really surprised. I'm not really like worried too much. Like stuff like this doesn't really bother me, because whoa, that was you see what I mean with sometimes it just goes a little too early with the red. And I think it might have something to do with the crossing, what's it called, like the crossing signal or whatever. Since there's a cop, I'm gonna slow it down. I'd hate to be making this an unsafe situation. Oh no, it's a Tesla. No. Hopefully he didn't get it in FSD. That'd be sad. But yeah, sometimes it like goes a little too early on the red. I've noticed that, but this is an outdated FSD. It's a hardware 3, which is all considered outdated or whatever. I don't really know what Tesla's really doing with that, but yeah, it's running an older FSD, so the newer ones probably don't do that. But I've noticed like sometimes it's very rare. It doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't happen that often, but sometimes it goes just a little too early while it's still red, like just like a second before it's gonna turn green. So that's something to look out for. But you should be watching what the car does, like I just disengaged right there. So yeah, I've also been seeing in the comments that a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but a few people were saying that there's a new FSD a new FSD update for hardware 3 called FSD 14 Lite. And I don't really know. I don't really know. I didn't check. I should have checked before the drive. But I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of things of this month that hardware 3 is actually finally getting an update. I think it's been like 2 years with FSD 12. So once I update and get that new FSD Lite, you already know I'm going to be dropping a lot of videos on that. So I'm gonna check today, see what's going on, and I'll update you guys tomorrow on what's the situation with my Tesla. And yeah, but yeah, with my steering wheel, I don't really care. It doesn't really bother me too much. It's just looks kind of dumb, but maybe that gives me an excuse to get the yoke. And I wonder what your guys' thoughts about the yoke. personally, like, you know, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. I love the steering wheel. I think this steering wheel is pretty nice. I like how simple it is, because there are some car steering wheels that are like a freaking spaceship, where it has like so many buttons. And obviously, you know, the more you drive, the more you know which button everything does. But I just love how Tesla has these super simple buttons, and it doesn't feel like the experience is hindered anyways with having less buttons. It feels a lot more easy to like control what you need. And it just looks so clean. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think about yoke and the steering wheel. And some of you were asking that I should be commentating on exactly what the car is doing and how it's feeling. So I'm definitely gonna do more of that. The car stays very well in its lane. It doesn't like stick to one side. It doesn't really do none of that. It doesn't get too close to the yellow either, which, you know, I like. It honestly just stays perfectly centered, and it feels just feels safe. I don't feel worried. I don't feel like the car doesn't know what it's doing, especially when it's just like the lines are very clear, and you know, it's just a nice open road. There are some roads in Toronto where the cars are very, very close to each other. Like the width of the road is very short, and sometimes like it's not Tesla, or it's not my Tesla's FSD that's messing up. And sometimes other cars, they just get way too close. So that's the thing FSD needs to get good at, which is figuring out what other people are trying to do. The car slows down very well. Now it's a 50. You could also adjust the speed offset. So like, say a few you people want to like you know, drive slow, or you guys just don't want to risk getting a ticket, or don't want to risk making any neighborhoods like unsafe or anything. You could drop the percentage of the speed like that would go over. So like, mine's is at 40%, which Tesla recommends, so the car could like speed over the limit just a bit to like, you know, overtake, or, you know, get out of a situation or something. But you know, you could drop that, and it won't deviate too much from the speed limit, which is very nice. You know, some people just don't like to speed, which is a good thing. Some very hard braking there. That was pretty impressive. Yeah, so there was two choices there. It's either you brake really hard, and I'm aware, I think it's aware of the car behind, so maybe if it was too close behind, like the car was like tailgating us, it wouldn't have braked like that. But I was moderating the situation, and the car was pretty far. So there was two options there. It could have braked really hard, which is what it did, which I'm okay with, or it could have sped up and, you know, went over the speed limit in a 50 zone, and, you know, make it through the yellow. And I think it chose the best option. I wouldn't really speed in these kinds of roads, you know, because there's just houses and a retirement home. Like, that's just not worth the risk there. So braking is fine. And it was a smooth, aggressive brake. You know, not aggressive braking is like, you know, smooth by any means, but like, you know, it did it the best it can, and I was okay with it. I knew it was gonna perform like that. Since we could turn red on the red, I just press the accelerator and it nudges the car forward. So whenever the car is like, you know, stopped and doesn't really know what to do, or like, say, you know, the car is allowed to go, or you know, need to go, or it's your turn to go, or you have the right of way, or whatever, you can just press the accelerator, and, you know, it'll just it'll go forward. So yeah, with these older models, I'm pretty sure a lot of us hardware 3 users we're pressing the pedal a lot, you know, to like get the car to go sometimes, especially at stop signs. I feel like the car did that curvy road pretty well and comes to a complete stop very well. What I've noticed is that it just knows exactly where the lane goes through the intersection. Like sometimes in Toronto, we do not have very nice lane alignment where, you know, the lane going into the intersection doesn't match up with the lane exiting the intersection. It's like sometimes you have to like turn a bit, and the FSD figures it out. Like it really knows where the lane is going, and it stays in the middle. It's not like some lane centering systems where they just like give up mid intersection and start to like kind of freak out. So yeah, it performs very well. Also, if you guys enjoy the videos, you know, check out the playlist I made. It's a compilation of all the videos, you know, that I've made totally, with the shorts. I know a lot of you guys are coming from the shorts, so I'm gonna make sure to keep those going. Yeah, come to a complete stop at the red. The visualization shows all the cars turning, which is really cool. And now we're gonna see some acceleration. I wonder if there's a way to slow down the acceleration. Like that wasn't fast, but you know, it gets to speed very fast, or very quick, I guess. But yeah, that's gonna be all for today, guys. Check out the videos down below, or like in the playlist. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. Like the video if you know you found anything useful, and leave a comment on what you guys want to see, what I should improve on, and just like how you guys feel about the new FSD, or maybe some hardware 3 FSD updates, or just your experience. But thanks for watching, guys. See ya.